Hello everyone, my name is Forte. Welcome to my dev channel. I'm going to talk about PowerShell. So, some of the things I'm going to cover about PowerShell is what is PowerShell, some of the common uses for PowerShell, about coding in PowerShell, and expanding what PowerShell can do. PowerShell was originally created by Microsoft. It's an object-oriented scripting language built on .NET. It later evolved into a new edition called PowerShell Core that's open source, cross-platform. There are two editions of PowerShell. The first one, which is Windows PowerShell, which only runs on Windows, and then just mentioned here the later edition PowerShell Core, which is in version 7. PowerShell can be used like a command line language, but it could also be used as a programming language, which is how I like to use it. Some of the common uses for PowerShell are automating repetitive tasks, managing systems like Active Directory, email, or even database systems like SQL Server. You can use it in cloud management like in Azure. It can be cross-platform if you're using PowerShell Core, and so you could use it on Windows or Linux or Mac. And it's used heavily in DevOps for CI/CD integration. I use it in Azure DevOps. I use it in GitHub Actions, for example. So when it comes to coding in PowerShell, there's a couple important concepts to understand. The first is PowerShell uses something called commandlets, and the second is PowerShell pipelines pass output objects to inputs of other commandlets. So for commandlets, they follow like a verb-noun syntax, and what that allows you to do is this helps you identify what the commandlet does. So here's an example, like get command. Well, you know that you're retrieving like help or information about commandlet that's in PowerShell. You can do get help, that's pretty specific, and there's like set location, which is I want to change my current working directory. So here's a couple examples. I put this above, but get command verb get will allow you to get a list of all the commands that use get, and then get command noun, and then I'm using the word process, will show me all commandlets that process something. So pipelining, as mentioned earlier, allows you to take the output of something and use it as the input of something else. This is mostly done with commandlets. The pipe key is what tells PowerShell that the commandlet output is to be fed as the input into the next commandlet. So, for example, I have these three commandlets. I'm using the getChildItem commandlet to get the files and directories that exist in my code library get folder. That's going to pass that onto the where object one, where it's going to take every file that was modified within the last year and then pass it on to the select object commandlet, where it's going to filter out all the data except for the name and the last write time. So PowerShell's functionality can be expanded through modules. And a module is just like a bundle of additional commandlets and functions and scripts that can be loaded. This allows you to use the pre-built library or tools, features someone else has developed instead of having to create them from scratch. And one example of this would be the AZ module. You can install this module and it will allow you to work directly with Azure resources from PowerShell. So here's some of the module commandlets. So there's the get module commandlet, there's the import module, and the install module. So you can use the get module commandlet to show a list of commandlets that are installed or to get the ones that are currently loaded. The import module will allow you to load a module into a working session so you can start using its functionality. And the install module is what allows you to install that functionality into PowerShell so that it can be used later. So that's a very simple overview of PowerShell. I hope that helps if you're wondering what it is. Thanks for watching, and I used PowerShell to do the typing for this video. So thanks again, like and subscribe, and I'll catch you guys later.